Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And let's actually start out by picking one small giveaway winner just to show you guys what it normally looks like. So I copy the link, go over to the YouTube comment picker. I think this is the correct one. There's a couple extra options now I see. We'll be loading some comments. And this is for 25 XRP. Let's just put it here. I normally do 25 XRP. Bam, Benjamin Steeper. He says Twitter Benny Steeps favorite crypto XRP. Perfect, right? You only need to check if you subscribe, but the team will handle that. Guys, today there is another giveaway. All you have to do to enter this giveaway is press the like button. Make sure you are subscribed, guys. Don't forget that step. And also comment down below what your favorite cryptocurrency is. If there's two, comment the two of them down there. If there's three, comment all three. And also, guys, special one, if we hit 4,500 followers on Twitter today, we're doing another cool giveaway. So make sure you check that out as well and go ahead and follow me over on Twitter. So, by the way, just, Benjamin, if you're watching this, go to this original comment and, no, actually, I'll DM you. We'll do that. All right, let's move on forward. The Bearable Bull just said on Twitter, XRP profits will be put into answer what you'll be doing the most of. And this is just a small question to get you guys into the mood here a little bit. Because, guys, today, huge day, because Ripple just posted something on Twitter, and it is huge. But first, let's look at this one. You got some crazy profits. What would you be doing with it? Would you put it into real estate? Go ahead and develop some business, trading in other stocks, or traveling the world? Well, if I had a huge amount of XRP, I already got real estate. The businesses are doing well. Trading is doing well. So really, traveling the world, I guess I do on a normal basis. But maybe if XRP were to do good, I would just go for, I guess, more business development, if I got to be honest, right? I think a lot of people want real estate for the safety and all of that stuff, but you got to think about what has the biggest return, right? Unless you really have a lot of money as well, you want to safeguard it. I explained to you guys as well, the accumulation and the maintaining of wealth are two completely different things. But again, let's not get too deep into that right now. I would say go for the one with the highest ROI that you can make. And by the way, these Brad Garlinghouse things are becoming too freaking silly, guys. There's so many of them coming out right now. I don't even know if this is Brad Garlinghouse anymore. We have too many of them. We have too many of those fake ones. All right, so you guys are all wondering what was said over on Twitter. Ripple just posted the Q2 2020 XRP market report, provides an in-depth analysis of the current crypto markets, highlights a continued pause in programmatic XRP sales, and explores the latest crypto market moves. Whew! Wow. This is pretty damn huge, guys. It was just posted 2 minutes ago when I checked it first. Now it's already 45 minutes. Look at the amount of likes, right? Everybody's liking this because it is huge. The report here is actually pretty damn small. I would have expected it to be quite a lot more content, but quickly scrolling through it, you can see it's really easily made up. It's something you can briefly read through, and I recommend you guys to all do that right now for a split second if you have 8 minutes or so to spare. It's really nice. It's really good. So again, this is their quarterly report, and there's a couple parts we got to read. But first, there was something really interesting that I still wanted to say. Papa Bear just said, XRP is about to take off like a rocket. I've never seen so much XRP flying to so many countries. It's a perfect storm, so put on your rain jacket, XRP rain. And yes, guys, the volume is pumping, the enthusiasm is pumping, the articles are all being positive. Really, I could not be happier with what's happening right here. It's really damn nice. All right, disciplined, responsible stakeholders, continued pause in XRP programmatic sales. Now, in the graph, or actually in the table here, it kind of looks the opposite. So I wanted to briefly explain it with what is said in here. In Q2 of 2020, total sales were $32.55 million versus 1.75 the previous. Ripple continued the pause of programmatic sales, focusing solely on OTC sales as part of providing increased XRP liquidity to RippleNet's on-demand liquidity customers. This added liquidity is vital as ODL continues to evolve and expand into new corridors. A healthy, orderly XRP market is required to minimize cost and risk for customers, and Ripple plays a responsible role in the liquidity process. As more financial institutions leverage Ripple's ODL service, more liquidity is added into the XRP market, and that said, Ripple has been a buyer in the secondary market and may continue to undertake purchases in the future at market prices. I'm going to say that once more, guys. That said, Ripple has been a buyer in the secondary market and may continue to undertake purchases in the future at market prices. Oh my days. This info is really what we were talking about 4 days ago when I was telling you guys that the supply of XRP is acting crazy. All right, we were talking about that, discussing a little bit about what exactly was causing it. However, we didn't have a real reason because, well, we didn't have facts. But Ripple just came out and said it. That said, Ripple has been a buyer in the secondary market and may continue to undertake purchases in the future at market prices. We got some confirmation today. And Galgatron just said that quote exactly right here. Leonidas said, does this explain the decrease in circulating supply that sometimes occurs? Galgatron says, hard to say how they come up with that number, but I replied and said, most likely freaking yes, because I like my own things. Because, guys, when I was exploring it, right, one of the things I noticed is that there are huge drops in supply all of a sudden, right? There's big ones and they're really unexplainable. Now, I'm not going to say that the drops in supply are fully based upon Ripple's buying, most likely not, but a good chunk of it will be, and a small part of it will be, of course, the errors of different websites, unless you're using XRP charts, and another big chunk of it will be the burning. So another Reddit post I just saw was right here. You can see circulating supply of XRP has gone down. This is from 2018, so 2 years ago, but still actually very relevant. He said, so I took a screenshot as a witness on February 28th of 2018 of the supply, and it appears to have gone down by 2.8 billion or 2.8 million to date. Anyone care to comment / speculate on why this would be? Now, you know, the easy explanation is Ripple could just buy that, right? Because, I mean, 3 million XRP, it's not really much at all. However, you can see here some guys are saying what you witnessed was user error on a third-party site. The only site you can trust for accurate supply count is XRP charts, or by looking on the ledger directly. Apo Krypton said 0.0001 XRP is burned per transaction, usually because it's a variable rate. Mostly as an anti-spam feature, the burn rate has been increasing lately, but it's still a negligible amount in the grand scheme of things. And somebody says again, it can't all be burned. To burn that many coins, you need 284.5 billion transactions over the time period. That's more than Visa. You guys keep blaming me for pronouncing this wrong. I don't know how to say it. Visa. 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 I'm going to go for Visa. Fisa. Let's just try the Dutch way, you know, Fisa, and you gotta take that one by a long shot. So yeah, he said here that it happened in 12 days. 284 billion transactions in 12 days ain't gonna happen. You know, honest, it ain't gonna happen. That's not it. So here, nobody really knows exactly what's going on. Somebody said, which is why I was talking about this. Is it possible that Ripple bought some back to escrow to stabilize the market? And again, guys, this is what we were talking about a couple of days ago. But we were all like, well, that would be kind of strange, right? Why would they do that? Ralph says, can't really see Ripple doing something like that, especially with no announcement, and at that amount is just a drop in the bucket. It would have no impact. Somebody else said, Ripple's primary goal right now is to get mainstream adoption, is to increase liquidity, which is really the truth. We have seen that just now in the report as well. Decreasing supply by buying back doesn't make sense, so it's out of the question, really. Again, nothing could have been more wrong, right? Theoretically speaking, because I mean, Ripple is just, they're telling us that they are onto something, which is really, really interesting in my opinion. Could this be a return to escrow from unspent to Ripple XRP? If they don't spend their monthly allowance, they can return some to escrow. That's not how it works, though. Yes, the funds go back in escrow, but Ripple doesn't really buy them. What is left over after a partnership deal goes back in escrow. Also, there is a burn, yada, 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 yada. You get the idea, though, guys. You get the idea here. I'm thinking, guys, that this is another big reveal that it could have taken a very, very long time to get the official answers from me. They didn't just post it right here. If it's wrong, by the way, guys, if you think my analysis here is really far off, just let me know. All right, just let me know, and I'll take the video down. I'm gonna, go down and punch myself in the face because I don't want to spread any false things. But it sounds really freaking logical in my opinion. These are really looking like facts to me. Just honestly speaking, it sounds like facts. But yeah, the whole report in total is actually really, really interesting. The sales here, I mean, both of them are kind of negligible. Not an English speaker natively, guys. Cut me some slack. I try my best. Because, well, 1 million, 30 million, we're talking about a multi-billion-dollar company, so these small dollars, from them at least, aren't going to make that much of a difference at all. Really? At all, to be completely honest. But if you go down a little bit, you'll see more cool figures here. CCTT's reported daily volume for XRP decreased in Q2 from Q1 of 2019. The average daily volume reported at 196.2 million in Q2 versus 322 million in Q1. I'm assuming here, at least I was assuming that they meant Q1 of 2020, but it says here 2019. So I don't know exactly why they took the Q1 of 2019 and the Q2 of 2020. Honest, I have no idea why they would ever do that. Could very well be a typo. What do you guys think? Think a typo? Or am I missing something? It looks like a typo, right? But in an official Ripple Insight paper, their market report, they had a typo like that? That would be very strange, right? Oh, maybe it is 2019 Q1. But that still sounds really odd to me. Why would they add that one? But all right. Yeah, all right. Let's just accept it for right now then. Fine, whatever. It could be as well. I mean, I have no reference to see whether or not it's wrong. Otherwise, I would just have to check this number, but I didn't check it out too well at first. I didn't see that there was a different year. You guys check it. If you can quickly check this number, if it's for Q1 of 2020 or 2019, we know if it's I guess stupid or if it's the real thing. Then volatility. Another thing I noticed while reading this report is that I'm actually a little bit, I've got a little bit of a change of heart, a little bit of a different idea towards what their purpose and their priorities are. And I actually believe now, full-heartedly, that Ripple likes XRP being a stable coin a lot more than we do, right? And one of the main reasons for that is because I think that you being able to tell that your coin is a lot less volatile than others would be a very, very positive thing. Now, XRP's standard deviation of daily returns over Q2 was 3%, representing a decrease in volatility from Q1's 6.2%. XRP's volatility over the quarter was lower than that of Bitcoin's 3.4% and lower than that of Ethereum's 4.2%. And still, guys, again, the standard deviation of daily returns here being low is really a positive thing, and XRP has been beating it for a pretty long while here. And I can only say good things about that. Why? That's only positive stuff. That's only good. It's only really, really nice. All right, then, escrow we get, but let's move over into ODL. More than ever, financial institutions are seeing the value of RippleNet's ODL service to provide instant global payments and meet market demand, especially during times of crisis due to the exposed risk and increased volatility. In Q2 of 2020, ODL accounted for nearly 20% of RippleNet volume. Comparing just H1 2019 with H1 2020, Ripple experienced 11 times year-over-year growth in ODL transactional volume. Early on, Ripple identified remittances as its primary use case and will continue to focus on supporting low-value, high-frequency payments with ODL. So this here, right, this is actually referring to their change in priorities, I'm assuming, and also the fact that it's their first vertical. I'm thinking it's a little bit of a mix of both, where at first they were always, at least not focused, but they were going for low-value, high-frequency because that really, gets your volume pumping like crazy and the amount of transactions up like crazy. However, then they later said they were switching over, right, to, go less from treasury type of payments to just more e-commerce and SMEs. And it's explained a little bit further. Ripple is reducing its emphasis on large treasury payments, which are traditionally used to fund businesses and services, in the absence of real-time transfers to actually go ahead and support individual low value transactions, addressing the growing need in remittance and small and medium-sized enterprise payments. All right, then moving over into liquidity. And the reason I'm going over this so in detail is because it all has to do with ODL, all right? It's not just Ripple itself. It's actually the stuff that hits really, really close to our hearts, which is the stuff that we love. The development of liquid and robust markets is key to success for ODL. And I think that's all very, very obvious to, to most of us, if I gotta be completely honest. And 2020 was a very, very good time. Of note, Binance launched XRP exchange-traded option contracts. In the derivative space, XRP perpetuals are now found on all top 5 derivatives venues after Huobi's DM launch of XP perpetuals in April of 2020. Additional ones include those right here. You can check them out if you want to. The one I found interesting was Swisscom, because I also mentioned Swisscom in one of my interviews with the Swiss banker from yesterday. But there really wasn't any cool conclusions or anything like that, but it's fun that I was talking about Swisscom yesterday, and I don't really see Swisscom ever, but then today you see it in a paper like that. That's kind of cool. Mobile payments startup Uphold completes integration of XP into its wallet was another big one because a lot of people use Uphold at this point, also for the tip bot, right? Then Spring, they're always going on more and more and more, but the biggest part about right now is PayID. I'm just going to say that straight up. That's the biggest thing. Then the controller of the currency, right? All of that. Former CTFC chairman published a paper explaining why XRP should not be considered a security. We also saw that. The Consumer Finance Protection Bureau published a final remittance rule, including how digital assets, specifically XRP through ODL, can help significantly lower cost border transactions. The Indian Ministry of Finance proposed to legally ban crypto and impose stiff penalties on those who use crypto. This follows earlier actions by the RBI, or IRB, issuing a clarifying statement that India's commercial bank may provide banking services to traders and firms dealing in crypto. Then the Intergovernmental Financial Working Group, IFWG, of South Africa released a position paper that proposes a strict crypto policy framework for the region. And a couple other things, you can see it right there. All is positive, though, in the end for XRP, guys. Because as I said before, even though it might be longer routes, even though these things might be banning crypto at first, eventually they will all adjust. Eventually it will be everywhere. So just wait for it because it's going to be coming. I know it for a fact, right? Then in terms of market moves, huge players are starting to get in. But again, that's all small talk. It doesn't really have much to do with XRP because we don't need it, but it will get there. All right, it will get there. It's just facts. It's a waiting game, but it's really, really close around the corner. And all I can say is I'm really, really excited for it. Now, I believe here as well that at the start where they said, our best quote of the day, which was, let's see, right here, where it was now. Where was it now here? That said, Ripple has been a buyer in the secondary market and may continue to undertake purchases in the future at market prices. There's a 1 here at the bottom, which says, XRP purchases and sales are conducted by XRP2 or XPII LLC, a Ripple subsidiary that is registered with the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network as a money service business and which also holds a virtual currency business activity license with the NYSP of Financial Services. What I have to say about that is I think they made a very, very smart move here, all right? It's been Ripple and XRP2, at least that's what I like to call it. I don't know if it's XRPII. From the start, and I guess here Ripple buying XRP in a direct sense would have been bad, possibly mostly for the name, I'm assuming, and for the whole security type of deal. I think with XRP buying it, even though it's a subsidiary of Ripple, it's fine because it's kind of a different entity. Them buying it is just a lot smarter. Maybe it's also for tax purposes. I don't know just too much yet. I just know for the name, they just did themselves a good favor because people might be hating on it. But in the end, I think this is all a very, very positive announcement. I'm really, really happy to see all of this. And I think we actually covered all the articles and things I had for today. Oh yeah, I just had to open XRP charts as well, so you guys could check it out yourselves. But just open xrpcharts.ripple.com if you want to see it. And last one here was, and you say Ripple is dumping on the market. Ripple has been a buyer, yada yada. It's actually the opposite. It's really the truth, guys. Right now, it's actually really, really the opposite of what's going on right now, which is pretty damn huge. It's pretty damn huge, guys. And by the way, actually, this guy, Benjamin, you just DM me, Benny Steeps. You DM me and you'll get it. Otherwise, if I DM you and you didn't check the video out, too bad for you. So yeah, you DM me, and that's how you can get it. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video, guys. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe. And I will definitely see you guys again in another crypto video. Take care, hold on, and I'll see you guys again.